So it was Monday, 22nd of July. So I went out to Dr. Anne Carey's house out in Claremwood out in Tranmore, where all of this began. This is where I was doing this kind of Baha'i faith thing. And this woman breached loads of code of conducts. She should be struck off as a practicing kind of psychologist. And her husband should also be kind of like removed from teaching psychology, basically. But I went out there just to show people where it all began, and that was between 2013 and 2014. And what I was saying about kind of that woman, you can go back 2 or 3 videos because I really speak in depth about that whole kind of Baha'i situation. This is what's being pushed around Dublin now. My ex is only gladly pushing this around because she's out there getting her rewards for doing the unthinkable, which I'll address in the coming days. I'm just waiting on the situation. But I wanted to highlight and bring attention to that was the house, basically, in case anybody else gets lured into this thing. And last week then, there was efforts to kind of befriend my wife by certain people. I'm not going to get into the whole details of it, but that's how nasty this stuff is getting. They're trying to destroy my family, trying to befriend my wife, trying to create a wedge between us. Nastiest of the nastiest stuff. And then over the weekend there, my internet passwords were again passed out around the neighbours because they were planning on doing the same situation which was done on multiple occasions in Waterford, this whole kind of sexual shaming. That was planned again, but they had to pull out of it, being honest with you. I'm waiting on the situation to get back to me, being honest with you. I realise now I can't hold everyone accountable, and it's unfortunate because there's a lot of people I want to hold accountable. But regarding Waterford Gardaí and Waterford Council, I can hold them accountable. I can hold them accountable for negligence, and I'll upload the paperwork as I go over the next kind of few days. But as for the likes of kind of me ex and kind of Dr. Anne Carey, I could bring a case against her, private case I suppose, but I don't think I have the kind of time and the effort to really do that, being honest with you. And the likes of the Halligans, I'm going to have to kind of unfortunately let that go. Now, like, they're not going to let it go. I'm not going to let it go. It's as simple as. But I am going to talk about what happened. And even today, my wife came back. She'd been followed around by Mary Halligan. Do you know what I mean? Yesterday, she came back followed around by Mary Halligan. A year ago, she was at a mass for her father that passed away for his birthday. Who came in and sat in the church? Mary Halligan. A couple of months before that, it was my mother's anniversary mass. Who came in? Henry Halligan. This is the kind of stuff that these people have behaved in. And Mary Halligan is desperate in an effort to try and put a run on me out of the town. And I'm going to explain to you why. Over the years up in children's grouping, there was multiple allegations, right, of wrongdoing by certain people up there. Certain people that she knows quite well. She placed both those people time and time again around a certain demographic people. She purposely placed those people in around those people in an effort to discredit people coming forward. That was the only reason that was done. And see the whole smoke screen there a couple of years ago where they changed children's group link to the Mary Halligan Foundation. That's nothing more than a smoke screen. And if you cross-reference all the allegations of people coming forward and people that have even privately spoke to Miss Mary Halligan, I'm sure it'll show either she didn't follow protocol or she did follow protocol. And if she did follow protocol, well, I'm in the wrong then, and she can hold me accountable. And if she didn't follow protocol, why are they naming the charity the Mary Halligan Foundation? It got to the point where even the staff weren't safe up there. But she repeatedly placed these people in around the same situation. She did. Those on the board, which was mainly her now, being honest with you, done this. And this should be called out. Why is there no one like questioning this? That you can have that many allegations over the course of that many years and no one is investigated. You can have people go into a Garda station and say this person done X, Y and Z to me, and the guards turn around and say that's not good enough. And this happens time and time again. Why isn't that good enough? When you have the victims coming forward saying this is what happened to me and you're telling them then that that's not good enough, well, clearly that should be looked into, should it not? But Mary Halligan now with a kind of Florence Nightingale act, which is basically all it is truly just an act. Because if she was genuine in any way, shape or form, she would have had those people taken out of that situation, would she not? And I know they'll say, well, no one was convicted of anything, which is fair enough, but no one was cleared of anything. So you were still well aware of the allegations, do you know what I mean? And the fact that you have numerous allegations, do you know what I mean, around the same people over the course of years, and you purposely still place these people in around. So she should be questioned on everything. And as I said, if she followed the correct guidelines, which is she basically has to fill out a form up in Children's Group Link and make a file of it up there. She also has to contact Tusla and she also has to contact Waterford Gardaí. And if you cross-reference all of those situations and allegations, it will show her to be either after breaking protocol or to be after following the correct guidelines. It's as simple as that. But yet no one will look into this. No one will pull the string, you know what I mean? And what I've just said there, that's all fact. That's not a secret or anything, do you know what I mean? This is a fact. You can read the code of conducts around these kind of charities. They're a lot more stringent regarding kind of charities regarding children. And what she should have done is she should have She should have contacted Hustler, she should have contacted Waterford Gardaí, she should have made a report up in a children's group link. And then she should have actually backed out of the situation over the conflict of interest. And I'm saying that she done very little of what I just said there. And I have documentation that I'm willing to give over. I'm just not willing to give over until she first clarifies of what she's saying that she done. Because if I give it over, they'll just manipulate their paperwork to suit themselves. Because you have decades of a cover-up in that place. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I just wanted to say that. And over the next few days, I just want to talk about my ex and the actions of this person. And you can decide for that these are not the actions of a normal person. This is a mentally unwell person. It's as simple as that. But you can make up your own minds. And I'll speak about it because there's stuff that I have to let go. And regarding my ex, and regarding kind of Anne Carey, regarding the Halligans, I have to let that go. Because it's going to convolute the whole kind of situation regarding the council and the Gardaí. The Gardaí and the council have a case to answer, basically. And by me dragging in all of this, it's purposely convoluting the whole situation, and it's making it difficult to even explain or even talk about. But I can still talk about the actions of certain people around this. And I will speak about the actions of my ex and how she lured in water for freewheelers and other kind of water for council, how all these people got involved and like what date they got involved in and how they got involved. I will speak about all of that. And if I'm defaming anyone, bring a court case against me. Do you know what I mean? I'll be speaking about my solicitor, like, because the next part I'll talk about is my ex, how I brought her to court and how I caught my solicitor lying halfway through my court case, caught her in the consultation room with my ex, caught her winking at my ex. But this woman, her family rubbed shoulders with kind of politicians and guards and all this, and she basically got her actions covered. And then she deleted the file. Before anyone got a chance to look at the file, she deleted all correspondences from me. Any direction she was given in the file, she failed to follow. And she got caught. And what happened then is they tried to transfer my case up to Dublin behind me back. I wasn't even informed about this. They had a meeting in the courthouse. My solicitor, my ex's solicitor, and my ex, I wasn't told about it. I got a letter one day in the door saying that the case was after being rejected to go to Dublin. And when I went in and confronted her, her attitude as well, she didn't get what she wanted, so what's her issue? But there's loads of issues around this solicitor, and I'm going to name this solicitor once and for all because she should be named. And she has every right then to bring a case against me in an effort to try and clear her kind of so-called good name, which is fair enough. But I'll speak about all of this, and when you hear the story, it's as simple as that. And the fact that they're focusing on me family, do you know what I mean? Are getting people to try and befriend me wife in an effort of trying to destroy me family. That shows you what these people are really like. These people are twisted. And this all began with Dr. Anne Carey and her weird bow-high faith. So if anybody comes across this bow-high faith, run a mile. Because it's the easiest thing in the world to get lured into. My ex is in Dublin now luring people into this using my tattoo program, which she now calls her Hair Together program. That's actually my tattoo school program that she stole. I spoke about this several times. I have documentation that supports what I'm saying, which is 2 years prior to her starting hers. But I'll speak about the actions of this person, and you can make up your own minds that this is a normal human being. And I'll also show documentation and interviews of her online, like speaking, where she's actually contradicting herself in her own lies. So I'll leave it there for now. I'll post 1 or 2 letters over the next coming days. As I said, I'm waiting on a situation to get back to me before I can kind of go forward. Unfortunately, I have to kind of like sit tight, as I've been told, which I'm not too good at, being honest with you. But I have no intention of backing down from this, and if I have to put my energies into kind of like learning law for 5 or 10 years, like so be it. I'll do what I have to do in the interest of my family. And I certainly don't fear any of these fools in Waterford. That's because that's all they are. They're fools. They're really good in the group. Let's be honest about it. Do you know what I mean? And the fact there's so many cronies in Waterford, do you know what I mean? Like supporting these groups, like it's unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? But we'll see when the time comes when Waterford says no has to form some kind of protest. How many of them will turn up? But they won't. They won't turn up because they won't want to row up Waterford Gardaí or Waterford Council because they lose their contracts. Do you know what I mean? And that's basically it. So I'll leave it there and I'll be back sooner rather than later. Thanks. Bye.